Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Great Pogcast. Today, we have ZealousZam, aka Todd. This was such an incredible interview, hangout sesh, whatever you want to call it. It was a lot of fun. You guys are going to enjoy it. And be sure to check him out. Twitch.tv/ZealousZam. By the way, is it a / or a backslash? I don't know. Anyways, twitch.tv ZealousZam. Enjoy.
Sure, this is Todd. Hi, hello.
Hey, how are you doing, man? Nice to have you on.
How do you get your mic so good? I'm jealous.
I should probably put out a video. I've spent a lot of time really refining it. I do have a nice mic to begin with, but even when I was using like the Blue Yeti, and I even had a little XLR mic in between the EV and the Blue Yeti. I spent a lot of time really refining it and tweaking it and finding the right levels to really project my voice and make it sound kind of the way that I wanted to, but also at a tone and at a frequency that complements my voice. So yeah, it's thank you. It's a nice compliment. But yeah, a lot of work went into it.
I'm sure you can tell I got a bit of work ahead of me on that.
No.
Mics and everything. I feel like I come off very tinny.
We could work on that. Maybe talk to me. Maybe talk to me. You know, after we're done, and we could have a little conversation on that. We could put a little more bass in that voice.
It's all good. I don't listen to myself enough. I typically gloss over it while I look at other things. So it is
really?
what it is. I hope it's good enough for your podcast.
Oh my God. Oh, it's the fun. You realize maybe 5 people are going to listen to this, right? Like you understand.
Probably more like 12, because I'm probably going to say something. I'm probably
definitely.
Watch it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, let your people know. But don't worry about sound quality or anything like that. I'm not worried about it. You know, it's more about just kicking back, taking a break away from work, away from the grind of it all. I'm actually trying to open a beer here. Here we go. See, I don't know if you could hear this. I do have a noise gate, so it might be a little quiet, but there you go. See that?
No, I could definitely hear it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I've got my noise gates. That's what I've been focusing on the past week myself, is juggling that, because I don't have one of the membrane keyboards. I got a mechanical one, and you hear the click clackety click clacks. But doing that, if I turn that up, I lose if I start getting excited. If I start peaking the microphone,
yep,
it all goes out the window.
Yeah. Yep. I totally know that pain. I've experienced it myself. Yeah, you got to find the balance, and you're spot on with that. But like, again, don't worry about sound quality or anything. I'm not worried about it. I just was like, hey, I should start a podcast, because it's nice to be able to branch out away from Twitch, and give my viewers and you know, whoever the guest is, if I have a guest, give their viewers a chance to listen to some content that's a little different. If you're working out at the gym, if you're going on a run, if you're at work, you know, now you have another option that you can kind of tune in and listen to. So something outside of the Twitch sphere, right? That's all it's intended to be. And for me, it's even like I'll be honest, streaming isn't, it's not super hard, right? Playing a game, chatting with people, having a fun time, you could do all of that stuff anyways. But this is a chance just to be even more chill and interact with someone on a more personal level. Now with COVID, we can't be face to face talking across from each other, but this is like the next best thing. It's not too far off of that, right?
No, you're right.
And to get even a little to peel behind the curtain even more on that, if there's one thing that you and I and anybody that has ever streamed on Twitch knows, and don't worry, we're gonna promote you. We're gonna have the link to your Twitch in the description below and all that. So we're gonna get your name out there, Todd.
Don't worry about it. I'm just here to have a blast. I don't care if it gets promoted or not.
There you go. We got you.
This isn't the first time I've done this either, because I love doing these types of things, because there's a lot of opinions that you can have on the internet. A lot of people can disagree with you or not, but to get a complete sentence without somebody doing some sort of alert where you have to then go back to what you were talking about, or a video game doing something, you're like, what was I even thinking? My conversation's now right out the window. It feels so much better. And then you also get that connection.
You do.
Where it's not just chat. Right.
It's a conversation. Exactly. It's free form. It's long form. It could be whatever you want it to be, man. And that's why, like, we talked about it beforehand. And I was like, hey, we'll just go with it. If a conversation ever falls flat, I don't think it will with someone like you, but if it ever does, like, whatever, maybe I have an off day, I don't bring a lot of content to the table, whatever the case may be, if I can always go back later and supplement it by talking on my own. It's a free form conversation, so you can kind of meld it into whatever experience that you want. And if you walk away from this, Zam, and you say, man, there was like one or two things that I really wanted to get off my chest, or things that I didn't think of until after the fact. Hey, we'll just record another one. We can record half of another one. Like, the opportunity to talk and have conversations, it really never ends. It doesn't have any sort of boundary. And like I was saying, I kind of cut myself off there, but the one thing that you and I and anyone else that uses Twitch knows, if you want to get discovered, if you want to promote yourself, if you want to get your name out to a new audience, Twitch is not the place to do that.
Oh God, the algorithms, the discoverability on Twitch is literally the worst.
What algorithm? There's no algorithm. Yes.
Oh, sure, you can spend channel points to get promoted under the what you might like, because you can go to the front page and look at that. Right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, right. Yeah, certain people do. But when you're talking about like day-to-day content, there's no chance. You look at a platform like YouTube. You can put as many clips as you want on YouTube. You can share those clips anywhere. You get suggestions all the time. If you type in a particular video, as soon as that video ends, you're rolling into new content that's going to take you to 20 different channels in 20 different videos, and you're seeing new stuff all the time.
I don't know. I'm running out of YouTube videos with the COVID thing. I've been watching so many things.
Oh man. Well, hey. You got to start tuning in, my friend.
Hey, I've watched your stuff already.
Hey, by the way, part of what this all is to get a big push on YouTube. I've been recording content all freaking week, man, and editing all freaking week. Do you have a presence on other platforms?
I do and I don't.
Yeah, that's basically
I
me.
do have some plans for YouTube, but I put them to the side because I don't like how YouTube was handling their own DMCA stuff.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's its own. Yeah.
And then you go to other things, and nobody's ever heard of like BitChute, or I mean, look at what happened to was it Gab's Parlor? Those things.
Yeah.
They get pulled off the air right away. It's like, okay, so where do I really branch out to that isn't going to get me into another box of worms? Box of worms? Can of worms?
Can of worms. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, and you're right. And YouTube, yeah, even YouTube has its own issues, like you're saying. If you put a video up with any like 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds of copyrighted music, you know, maybe your video is 2.5 hours. Let's say you have a long form conversation. Maybe it's like a big gameplay kickoff or whatever, right? If there's 5 seconds of copyrighted music, even if that music exists in certain games like Death Stranding, the entire video gets demonetized. They say, hey, copyright claim, this is copyrighted music. All of your ad revenue goes directly to that record label.
It's exactly the same as if you played 5 seconds of a song on Twitch and then all your subs go to whoever made that song. It's like, oh, okay, so I'm out everything
and bits,
whatever.
Yep, gifted. It'd be like, oh yeah, the entire stream, subs, resubs, gifted subs. It'd be like if all of that revenue went directly to, boom, that record label. Yep, you're 100% right.
But that's why you got to go with your non-copyrighted stuff, and there's a whole bunch of that out there. I was frankly shocked when I was looking around for that sort of stuff, and it's not all garbage. Some of it is garbage, don't get me wrong. But you know, you can find your diamonds in a rut there for sure. Because I got all my hype music from copyright free places. It's a pretty good time out there. And when I do like YouTube stuff, if you've ever watched one of my YouTube videos, the music is drastically different because it's nothing that's ever on a label. Like it's all what I do is when I do YouTube videos, I take I go to the YouTube copyright free, royalty free section, and they have a whole audio library of music, and you can filter it and sort it by like mood, by style. So you could go, oh, I want classical happy music, and the first songs that'll come up are like, you know, a horn section going, or you could do like cinematic music or whatever, and that's the video that I inject into the creation of a YouTube video. Interesting.
Yeah.
So have we started yet, or is this just?
Oh yeah, no, we're into it, baby.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
You ever watch? Yeah, I know. It's like it's like Nerdist. You ever watched the? Honestly, for me, it's been probably 4 years since I've maybe closer to 5 years since I've listened to the Nerdist. That's the Chris Hardwick podcast, but that's kind of how he did it, right? And even to a degree, that's how like Rogan does it. They just kind of jump into the conversation. You don't make a big deal about it. You just start talking, and before you know it, you're into a podcast, baby.
You know, that's a lot better than staging it. I've had a lot of podcasts where they're like, all right, so these are the topics. We don't want to stray. We got 15 minutes to talk about this, 15 minutes to talk about that. I'm like, oh, okay, what if I have something that goes into the other 5 minutes, the other 15 minutes? Yeah. Oh, we'll just adjust it and whatever. I don't care. We'll just have a conversation. It all goes good from there. Unless I say something dumb and get canceled on the internet, and that's its own issue there.
Yeah, no. It's, you know, like I said, man, it's a chance for me to crack a beer and just kind of unwind for a bit. And, you know, if you're at home speaking to the audience, if you're at home listening to this and maybe you did your daily workout and you're relaxing, or maybe you're wrapping up a day working from home, feel free to go ahead and crack a beer too. We're just hanging out, having a good time. There's really no rhyme to it. There's no reason to it. I did bring a few things to talk about that I think would be fun, but other than that, it's like whatever we want to do.
All right, well, I got a perfect segue from that.
Okay.
You're talking about beer. First off, I gotta know, what kind of beer are you drinking?
So this today, by the way, welcome to podcast number 1, man. How does it feel to be here on podcast number 1?
I thought you had the whole internet at your fingertips of people that you could go with. I didn't think Todd would be number 1 on your choice, but here I am.
Yeah. Yes, the millions and millions of ProfessorHeylow fans are listening in. To answer your question, the beer that I have here is it's a local brewery from Nashville. And this is actually this is awesome. I'm glad you asked this, because I was at the brewery and I was like, I want a beer that reminds me of being at home. I want a beer that reminds me of being back in the Pacific Northwest. Oh, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You're good. Okay. My monitor was just freaking out a little bit because I didn't touch it. Anyways, I wanted a beer that reminded me of being back home, and they happened. Tenfold Brewing in Nashville has a beer called the Business Hippie West Coast IPA. I have a crowler here that I'm sipping on. Crowler is half a growler, so it's 32 ounces. So fitting, man, because I walked in to a brewery in Nashville, polo, jeans, dress shoes, dress coat, kind of business hippie in terms of the attire, looking for a West Coast, a Pacific Northwest style IPA. And I'll be honest, this is the closest beer I've had to reminding me of being back home. Other than sushi, I think the biggest thing that I miss about, Seattle, the Pacific Northwest, is definitely the IPA/beer scene and the wineries of Woodinville, Washington.
I can't agree with you because I'm not an IPA guy. I'm more of an amber ale.
Okay. I don't mind ambers.
I like the caramelized part of it, but the reason I brought it up in the first place is I'm actually brewing. I want to say it's my 8th batch of mead. So I got a lot of mead percolating right now that I can't wait to open to taste, because it's going to be a vanilla orange. It's going to be so great.
Vanilla?
I've been making
orange
mead now for 2 years.
Whoa. Okay. You've been whoa. If you're making your own wine, I need to hear about this, because this is wine is next level, right? Because literally people spend millions on their own wine. Like it all comes down to the grape, the type of grape, where the grape is being grown, the plot of land that it's being grown on, what side of the mountain, what side of the estate, the region it's in. Man, the wine just in general, and I'm not like a sommelier or whatever, right? But
neither am I.
But I know enough about wine to know that the wine game in general, like that rabbit hole, is one of the deepest things I have ever had a lens into. And it's just like you could spend decades learning more and more and more about wine and not know everything about it.
But the best part is the journey, because every time you make another batch, you try a different grape from a different hill, you try a different grape from different temperature.
Sure.
Heck, you change the color of the grape even. Then that changes how you proceed with the recipe, because sometimes you brew it a bit longer, sometimes it's ready sooner and it's a sweeter wine.
Yeah.
It's amazing to just notice the subtle differences between it, and you record it so that if you have to ever come back to making it, it's easy. You've got your recipe right there. But it would be like saying, okay, you need to get this specific brand of butter salted, and then, you know, as you're making your cookies, what kind of what is it, brown sugar, butter, all that sort of stuff. All those different ingredients add up. And so, like, when I'm talking about my mead being orange vanilla, oh boy, do you crush your vanilla beans? I did. I hope that's the right idea. I'll be taking note for next time.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, with wine, the type of grape is what dictates what it tastes like, right? When they start saying, oh, this wine has notes of vanilla and blueberry and cherry, they're not crushing up vanilla and blueberry into those wines. They're not adding. They're not.
They usually do.
No, it's the grape. It's the grape that in beer they do. In wine, it's the type of grape that dictates most of those flavors.
Yes and no, because the grape is what you build the foundation upon. But you can change the whole process. You can grind up the vanilla to get a better vanilla taste. You could add some smoked wood chips in there to give it a more smoky, like some sort of a whiskey to it.
Well, when they do the whiskey, they age it in a whiskey barrel.
Actually, some of the new ones don't do that. They inject the smoke. It depends who you get it from.
Okay.
If you're getting it dirt cheap from your friend, usually they just, you know, distill it and then add some smoke flavor to it.
Okay. Yeah, because typically, at least from my experience, when I go to a winery, and you know, I'll have like a beer that tastes like a Scotch or whatever, and they'll say, oh yeah, we took a leftover whiskey barrel and we aged the wine in that. And that's where that
you get the
flavor.
Yeah,
exactly.
Barrel. It would be similar as if you took that whiskey barrel, shaved it down into sawdust, and split it into the different wines, and then filtered it out. You still get the same sort of effects.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I see that. Yeah.
One of the best beers I've ever had is from a local brewery up here in Calgary, Alberta. It's called Next Level Brewery. They take an imperial stout. Once they finish the whole process, they grind up, not the Girl Guide cookies. They used to do that until they got a cease and desist. But you know those mint chocolate
they called it that?
Yeah, they called it the Girl Guide's mint chocolate stout, and they crush it up and they put it in the actual beer after it's done, and it just tastes so good.
Well, yeah, in beer, I was going to say that in beer, that's the biggest difference between beer and wine. Is wine, they typically don't add the ingredients that they're talking about, right? Like in wine, you'll see, oh hey, this has notes of leather and dark chocolate and raspberry, right? They're not adding that to the wine typically. In beer, they will. Oh, in breweries, they will do that.
And that's what I do with my mead, and that's why I like mead right now more than wine, because mead you start with honey and water, and that's the only difference from wine. You do the same process, except instead of grapes, you use honey, and you can go to the sky with this. Like, you can go so far. It is a huge rabbit hole where you can add spices, you can add leather, you can even add grapes.
Yeah, and beer's the same way. They do a lot of that. I think, what is it? Dogfish Head Brewery. It's in Oregon. It's not too far away from where I used to live. I think they had a TV show, and they used to like travel the world and find like sand from the Sahara, and we sprinkle notes of the lightest sand from the Sahara into this particular beer. Like, they did all sorts of stuff like that, right?
Oh, that
it's
would have
crazy
been a nightmare to filter out. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I can only think of that.
But yeah, no. If I know nothing about mead other than it's sweet. And the few times I've had it, I've liked it in very small quantities. So you've been making your own mead for what? How long now?
For 2 years now. The thing with the sweet is that's what people typically think
Sure.
of when they go for commercial mead.
Yeah.
And that's why I also really like mead is you can make it dry where it'll come out like a white wine, except it's like 18 to 20% alcohol depending upon the yeast you use.
Yeah. Now you're speaking my language.
I'm just saying that's it's almost 1.5 wines right there, and it'll get you drunk. That's for sure.
I was gonna say that is a very strong wine, right? Yeah, it's like
also got that
like a port.
sweetness to
It's like a port.
offset the dryness.
Yeah, right. What's the difference between like that and a port? Do you just replace the honey and water with grapes and a ton of sugar? Like, is that the difference?
Pretty much so, from what I've gathered, and I haven't done a port yet, but it sounds like a port is where you make wine and then you make wine with the wine to make it more alcoholic. But
it's also
again,
sweet.
Don't quote me on that.
A lot of ports are tremendously sweet.
There's all sorts of things you can do regardless. I don't know much about ports because, again, I haven't done one yet. I haven't looked into it. But the reason I brought this up, as we talked about YouTube earlier, the branch of YouTube that I wanted to get into. Obviously, I'm a streamer. You're a streamer.
Yes.
And I'm thinking I want to get more people into the brewing hobby. So what about reaching out to, say, ProfessorHeylow and saying, hey, ProfessorHeylow, how about, I fly you out here. That should be dirt cheap. We make a beer live, recorded. We make whatever you want, beer, wine, mead, whatever it is. I'll find out how to make it. We put in whatever it wants, whatever you want to say to your community. Like, hey, you want that Sahara Desert in your beer? Let's do it. Let's make a ProfessorHeylow brew. And I would do that live, and I would do like a podcast like we're doing right now. Why do you want to make this beer? What do you think? Why does your community want licorice in it? Whatever the case may be. And then keeping the recipe to sell it afterwards. So if your fans really want to try a ProfessorHeylow beer, boom, there you go.
Oh my God, that right there. I thought doing a podcast and having my viewers call in and leave me ridiculous voicemails was $1 million idea. That right there is a true $1 million idea. I would be on board.
By the government.
Oh my God! You know what? If we weren't living in a COVID lockdown world where the borders are literally shut down, I would be out there in a heartbeat.
I'm just saying. The worst part about it was the audio. I had so many audio issues.
What do you mean?
I was going to get a shotgun mic because you're moving all over,
at a distance. Yep.
You can't really use a Blue Yeti. You can't really use a GoPro.
No. Hey, okay. If you're interested, we could talk after the fact on a mic that you could put on like a boom that would pick up more than what's directly in front of your face, right?
See, but the problem with my current setup is there's a lot of corners as well. So I was looking at having potentially two mics, then I'd have to balance it. But anyways, that's a separate issue. That's production. I can't even sell the alcohol because you need an alcohol license. Then it's like a migraine and a half to try and get it across any border into any other country. And
what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you cannot send beer or liquor or anything like that across the border without having, I think it's a liquor license in the country you're also importing into.
But if I brewed it with you, and then
I can't send more than one bottle, or you can't carry more than one bottle across the state.
Oh, is that true? Oh my God.
But
I thought that like the duty-free stores and stuff, I thought you could. Okay.
that's because you're buying it. Because we're making it.
Oh, that's the difference. Okay, that makes sense.
If I were to make it and sell it to you, you could carry more, but then you have to pay taxes on it, and I need a liquor license to even
do that. Yeah. Yeah, you're opening up the can of worms you were talking about.
But I could make it, and you could have as much as you want because I can give it away for free. If I sell it, that's where I need a stupid license. So I do a lot of Christmas gifts. Here's a bunch of wine.
Here's some wine. This might look familiar. I get it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But
brewing is so stupid easy. Anybody can do it. All you need is sugar, water, and whatever yeast you want to use.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's how you make any alcohol. That's why you can make vodka out of potatoes.
Yeah, no, I've had potato vodka before, but I had no idea it was that easy. Is that how you like go blind, right?
No,
you sure?
It depends upon the sugar levels and again the yeast.
I know. If I'm taking sugar, water, and yeast and doing it on my own, I'm gonna mess up the levels my first time, Todd.
No, you're not, because most of the kits come with all the equipment that you would typically need to make whatever it is, except for beer. Beer is one of the harder ones because you got to take care of the must. You got to boil down the grains and everything.
Okay, fair enough.
But wine is the easiest thing to ever get into because if you go into a grocery store, like up here, we got wine kits at the Real Canadian Superstore. You can just pick it up for $40. Make a wine thing if you have enough glassware to contain it, that is. And luckily I inherited all that because winemaking's been in my family for 3 generations now.
Okay. Yeah.
It's super easy. You just need to get the starter stuff to get it going, and you're off and running. And by gosh, it's so cheap making your own wine too.
Okay. I've seen those for sale. I just have never thought about actually doing it myself, like getting a kit and just going to town on it.
The hardest part is making sure you sterilize everything because what you're doing is you're cultivating one strain of bacteria, and you don't want it to be fighting with other bacteria because naturally if you add extra bacteria, that's where you can go blind because you're then getting like what is that, botulism?
Sure. I have no idea. I'm just saying sure because it sounds like the right thing to say.
Fair enough, because it's in a
I have no idea.
I think it's
yes, it's a botulism. Yeah, sure. Yep. I know exactly. Yes. No, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Bacteria that'll eat alcohol and turn it into vinegar. So
right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You don't want that.
Sure. If you let too much sunlight hit a bottle of wine, it'll do the same thing.
Yep.
And that applies to beer as well. Yeah.
Fun fact, the original yeast that they were using was just yeast from the regular air, and like you would leave your wine, your grapes, I guess, your juice out in a cup, and eventually it would start fermenting with yeast.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That doesn't shock me. Yeah, that makes. Yeah.
It's everywhere. Anyways, yeah, you get sugar. Because all yeast does is take the sugar and it poops out alcohol and temperature. But and carbon dioxide, but that just gets vented out. It's not a problem.
Sure, but it's heat and sunlight that does that.
Well, the heat will kill it because again, it's a bacteria.
Okay.
And sunlight, the UV. I don't want to get too political, but with this COVID stuff, there was somebody saying UV could kill COVID.
Sure.
I could see it because, it's radiation. It breaks down the cell. Same thing with any bacteria.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea about any of this stuff. So it's it's very cool to learn this. So you said that you also make your own wine? You've been doing it for a couple of years now?
Oh, I've been making wine for about 10 years because
10 years.
So dirt cheap.
Oh my goodness.
I started learning back in college and stuff when, wine is $20. You go out, I guess, $10 to $20, depending where you go. or you can make it yourself for $1.50.
Sure. So do you rent out land somewhere to do this? Where do you grow your grapes then? Local, like at your own place or
grow
somewhere?
my own grapes. My dad does, but I just typically get the grapes pre-smushed from most any kit.
Oh, okay. So you buy a kit and it has the grapes already. Yep, ready. Okay,
so
ready to
say
go.
I wanted to make
Sure.
the last one I made was a Tempranillo. So I got it's a Spanish grape that they pre-squish. They give you, I think it's a gallon of the juice.
Todd.
And then you fill up 4 gallons of water and toss everything in.
Todd, I love you, but what kind of wine is that?
It's a Spanish wine.
What's the name of it?
It's a Tempranillo.
No, Tempranillo.
Is that what it is?
Tempranillo.
Sorry, I'm Canadian. We don't have any Spanish people up here, so I guess we have some, but I don't speak Spanish very well.
It's a Tempranillo. Tempranillo. I love it.
Yes. Anyways, I took the Spanish grapes and I made a Tempranillo.
Oh, you go down to Mexico. You're like, oh, it's my first time here, senor. Como te llamas? No, they would not like that.
I also get the Pico de Gallo, and apparently that's not how you say that either.
Exactly. It's a Tempranillo. Yeah, but yeah, okay. I actually didn't know that you could buy your own I didn't know that you could buy your own wine kit with grapes that are like ready to go. Like grapes that have been aged. They've been aged for like a couple of years, right? And they're ready to.
No, because you age it yourself.
Oh,
so
okay.
It would be like going to the store and buying a can of Welch's grape juice, except you know what kind of grape juice it is. It isn't just mixed grapes.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that. And do you go online like juice. Amazon, or do you want to let the people know where you do this, or?
I just go to the local hobby brewer shop, and I usually get it there.
Sure.
Or Costco has them dirt cheap all the time.
Oh, no way!
Really, really cheap, but
what?
It's there. They do it.
Random fact about Halo: I grew up right basically in the same town where Costco got started. You know what they call the Costco like store brand, right?
That would be Kirkland.
Yep. The Kirkland signature, right? Yeah. I lived literally next door to Kirkland, like literally on the border between Woodinville and like Kirkland. Yeah, it was weird. I didn't realize it because I was a little kid. I didn't realize that. Oh, Kirkland signature. When I go to like California or Florida, they'll still have Kirkland signature at all of the store. Like that never dawned on me that would ever be a thing, but it is. Yeah.
Is Grape Value a city then, or No Name?
What?
Grape Value, the Walmart brand, or I think No Name is that Target?
That does maybe. I'll be honest. I grew up in the land of Costco. I've been to Walmart maybe 10 times my entire life. Like I can count on one hand the number of times I've been inside of a Walmart. And if you subtract the number of times I've been inside of a Walmart, like not on vacation, it's like 2. So I'm not the person to ask.
Fair enough. I'm
all about that Costco life, man. Yeah, you get the membership and you're all about it. They got some deals.
Where you're going wrong. Why do I have to pay you to access your store? I don't pay to access anybody else's store. Just raise the prices by a cent and you'll make your money back. Why do I have to pay for a stupid card? You already track my purchases anyways.
Yeah, that's a good question. Deals? I don't know. I don't know.
To access your store. That is dumb. Boy, howdy do you get that many discounts back though? But why do I have to pay up front? Why can't I just come in, buy my stuff, and you raise it by a cent to make your money back. It just doesn't make sense to me, and that's why I hate Costco. Why do I need a membership?
Because it's a club. I don't know.
You know how many cards I have that are club cards, and I didn't have to pay for those?
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. Oh, like what? Like you're talking like grocery store? Yeah, I know.
Sure, you got Sam's Club, you got the Co-op Club. Like, there's so many clubs.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm saying it's dumb. I hate Costco just for that, and I also hate that
you're
I'm
not
a
wrong.
single
You're not
person,
wrong.
so
I
I'm
don't
not
know the
eating
answer to
4
that.
people's worth of food at once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't. I like you said, I don't know the answer to that. You're 100% right. It's different. I don't know. I've never worked for Costco, so I don't know the reasoning behind that.
But you live next to it, and you
Yeah.
bragged about that so much. You couldn't go to the town over and be like,
Yeah.
hey, why do we have to pay for this?
That's right. Yeah, no, no, couldn't do that. No, couldn't ask the CEO. I learned his name once, but I forgot. It's been a while.
Does anybody really care about any CEO names though?
Elon Musk, Bryn Sergey, and the other Google guy.
Oh gosh. All right. You've proved me wrong. We can move on from that. Holy.
Jeff Bezos. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You want to have a CEO talk? Sure.
No.
Sure. Let's
I
go.
don't
Let's
care
go.
about CEOs.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. You want to talk about CEOs? We can do that.
All right.
No.
Why doesn't Elon Musk stream? Why is he not on Twitch or DLive or YouTube?
You know, out of all of like the big tech CEOs, I think he would probably be the one to make that jump, or at least
he owns Twitch.
But he doesn't seem like a guy that has any interest in connecting with people. And maybe I'm way.
See him at a TwitchCon or something to open it up and be like, "Hey,
sure.
This is my baby." Look,
but that's not the same as starting up a Twitch stream himself and being like, "Yo, this is the Bezocast."
Are you kidding me? They would never start up a stream themselves.
No, of course they wouldn't.
And that way it's their fault.
Exactly. If there was one like Fortune 500 CEO to do that, it's Elon Musk.
Yeah, but he's got the right idea of not doing it. I don't recommend starting streaming. That's a terrible life decision right there.
Wait, whoa! You say don't do it?
No, gosh, no, don't do it. I've seen so many people that sink their life savings into getting all the equipment and getting the emotes and getting everything, and then they suck.
Sure.
And nobody watches them and they quit a year later.
Sure. Or
they don't quit and they keep hemorrhaging money.
But here's the thing: if you're spending thousands of dollars to get a stream going, you're doing it wrong. You don't need to get started and to get a bit of a fan base. It does not require thousands of dollars. It doesn't.
No, you need to make it a thing, to make it either profitable or enjoyable. Like there's so
to make it profitable. Yes,
this new piece of tech.
Sure, but to get to the point where you're buying headsets and PCs. It does not require that much equipment.
There's not that many people that have good PCs, I've found out.
No, and really but there's not that many games that are out there that have a fan base, that have a following, that requires a top end 4K 120 frames per second PC. There's not. There's huge markets.
Cyberpunk?
Sure. How many hours have you streamed into Cyberpunk?
I streamed about 11 hours and said, "Screw it, this game sucks. It's a 3 out of 10."
11. Yeah, exactly.
About it to you.
11. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We've talked about 11 hours of streaming, and that's more than most people, right? Twitch is extremely huge. Most people are not spending 11 hours streaming Cyberpunk. But even for you, right? You're a very popular streamer, very popular caster, and rightfully so. You're really good at it, and I love watching your content. But
Even
but for most, yeah, no, I watched the whole thing. Hey, I raided you last night, and I sat there and I watched the whole thing because I was curious. Do I know anything about crocheting? No.
Nobody does for my streams, that's for sure. I just learned myself.
No. I think people do. I think there's a very decently sized female audience that has that has knowledge on the subject, that appreciates the content, and there's people like me that has no idea of what you're doing and still is fascinated by it because it's so far out of the norm. It's so much different than anything I've ever done, and there's a market for that because it's part of the unknown for a lot of the males, and part of familiarity and a need for that sort of content for a lot of women. So I think you really hit a good spot with that, and it was popular, right? Was that not a popular bit for you?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It's typically one of my lowest, but sometimes it can be highest. It really depends upon the day and how the moon aligns, you know?
Yeah, and just for the people out there that are listening to if they're I say that like there's actually people listening to this. And for one, for the first about I think it was about the first half hour, I made a separate profile that had a lower noise gate just so I could play cell phone audio. But I didn't realize that noise gate is independent of whatever profile I choose, right? So with my mixer, there's different profiles, right? I have one for VR, one for regular streaming, one that turns everything off. And I made a new one that's like, hey, one that sets the noise gate really low so I could put my cell phone up to it and pick up a bunch of audio. And for about the first half hour, that noise gate was set really, really low because that noise gate is independent of whatever profile I choose, whether it's VR, cell phone, regular, sleep mode, whatever. But I brought that up. I actually don't know why I brought that. I brought it up, but I don't know why. But the audio is gonna be messed up for a couple of minutes. Okay, leave me alone. And I'll fix.
First episode.
Yeah, that's right. I'll fix it in post. And I don't think it's gonna be that bad. You'll probably hear more of the squeaky chair stuff in the background, but I'll do what I can to fix it in post. But I fixed it a long time ago. Anyways, I don't know why I brought it up, but I did.
Did you want to jump into the phone calls or?
We can. Okay. So do you have a little bit of time?
I have all the time in the world. I just have to go to work tomorrow. So if we can finish before like 6 a.m., that'd be great.
I don't know if we can finish before 6 a.m. Todd, I kind of wanted to just mess around and chat all night. Okay. Before we get into that stuff, if you got time, I did have a couple of questions. One, how did you get into crocheting?
Well,
do you mind? I mean, if it's off limits, feel free to let me know. But do you mind?
Oh gosh, no. Okay. It's one of the cornerstones of what I do for my stream. I do it for the kids. When I started streaming, I had a great job. I didn't need this as a second income or anything like that. So I'm out here raising money for the kids. And one of the charity goals that one of my friends had was I think was for them to raise $1,000. They would teach me and their husband how to crochet. I've never crocheted before. It's so far out in left field. If you know my personality, my lifestyle, I'm not cool, calm, collected. I am angry. I am loud. I am excited.
Yeah.
And that's completely opposite of crochet. So I was like, sure, I'll try it. Why not? And boy, howdy, was it a mess. And I think my trainer taught me wrong as a joke. But she's a good person. She's a good lass. She's
Yeah.
on my charity team now.
Okay.
And yeah, that was one of the goals. And now I've sunk myself into too much of a bet. Never bet with chat, by the way.
No,
Where if
no,
people
no.
reach a certain sub
Nope.
goal, I'm now making them birds and I'm shipping them out. And it's this whole thing I should not have done.
Oh, because I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, Todd is just such a badass, and this seems like it just seems so much different from what I'm used to seeing out of him. The content is so much different, and you're just like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna be crocheting, and then I rated you, and I sat there and I watched it, and not only were you crocheting, I think it was a bird, right?
Yeah, the stream bird was on my shoulder all
Yep.
night.
And it was not only were you doing that, but you were talking about it. You were talking about the technique behind it, why you were doing things a certain way. There was a level of knowledge and sophistication that went into it, and I was like, oh, he's legit. Like he knows exactly what he's talking about. And it was great. I had a great time watching it. Did I understand any of it? No, but I liked watching it.
Oh boy, I am glad you got that out of that because oh boy, this is like the third thing I've ever crocheted, and it is
No way. No way. Yeah, because I rated you the other day, yesterday. And what? I was there from the raid until you ended up dropping offline yourself. And it was probably like, I don't know, what, an hour and a half or so, somewhere in that range. Yeah. Man, I was blown away. I was like, dude, this dude's talking about like his technique and why he's doing things a certain way. I was like, I don't know. I don't even know what crocheting is. I thought it was the same as sewing, but apparently not. I'm like, okay, sure.
No, it's about making knots apparently, and I am bad at that.
And so, okay, so a couple of things to unpack with all of this. One, how long has this been going on? You said three times. Is that what?
I've made 3 of these little birds that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
I started it on my 2-year stream anniversary. That's why I had that whole sub goal and everything to get more birds made. And I made half of one on stream, and then I have 6 right now outstanding for me to make. And as a content creator, you don't have the time necessarily to sit down and crochet 6 stuffed animals for streamers. You're trying to improve your stream. You're trying to live your life. You got a job as well. And I was like, the only way I'm going to get this done is to make it a stream night.
Yeah.
And then it really works off really well because it's kind of like a podcast where you get a lot more chat interaction. You're not trying to play a game. Sure. You literally can put it down and read chat and get caught up. And it's so amazing.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah. Wow. Okay.
But it's also the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come out and say it's not the crocheting, it's the streaming. Because when
you get so much more interaction. You get to just chill out and hang with your community.
You have no interaction.
A lot more.
Content. I'm just crocheting.
But it's also the hardest thing I've ever done. It's what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, because when you're playing a game, when you're doing anything else, like you have that game interaction that you can build off to make content.
Yeah. Yeah. When I'm recording videos, and like even for YouTube, I mean, there's a little sense of pressure and focus that goes into it. But man, anytime I'm doing anything away from Twitch and the live scene, the amount of pressure and attention, it's more about the attention. You get to focus more on what you're doing and the product of what you're putting out, as opposed to Twitch, which is more about, I'm going to play a game, I'm going to talk to you guys, we're going to have fun, and I'm going to kind of play this game, and I'm going to mess up because I'm sitting there talking to you. But to actually be there and focus on a thing like crocheting and not worrying about, not having all the hurdles that you have, that goes along with trying to stream a live game is, yeah, that's completely foreign to me. I'm not used to that at all.
You know when you screw up and you die in a video game because you're in chat?
No,
Now
I've never
imagine
died.
that,
No, I've never
except you
died.
screw up and you miss a stitch and you're like, oh no, was I on 4 or was I on 5? Now I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's the type of okay, fair enough. I could definitely, if there's one person out there that would make that mistake, that would probably be your boy.
Yeah. But then you're just making happy little accidents, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that's the story of my life, Todd. I just make I make happy little accidents all over the place throughout the course of my life.
Isn't that every streamer though?
That's right. So, by the way, I do have a couple of things I still want to talk about. But before we get to all that, we're like, what, 54, 55 minutes in. I still kind of want to know. I want to know more about the ZealousZam and where that kind of came from. And you mentioned a lot about charity. And I was not aware of this with your streams, but if you didn't mind, would you be open to unpacking some of that?
Well, that is a 4 questions in one,
Mm-hmm.
but I can go back to the beginning.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, so I was born at a young age, the ripe old age of 0.
Most people are born at age 0.
Screaming and yelling, and my parents were like, "That kid, he's gonna be on Twitch someday."
Benjamin Button is probably the only person that wasn't born at age 0.
Well, some people.
Yeah, think about that. Think about that for a second, Todd.
All right. Well, we'll just speed up a bit. We'll get to
No, go ahead. No. Start from the beginning. So yeah. Obviously, early on, you Twitch wasn't a thing, and obviously you had no intentions of ever being a Twitch streamer, and now you're, a decently sized streamer. You I would say you're somewhere between me and partner in terms of your channel size.
I don't want to use the big P word yet, but I can get to that tangent.
But go ahead. But go ahead. Growing up, obviously Twitch wasn't on your radar because the internet wasn't even a thing for us growing up. But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, there was no internet. Back when I was a young lad, I got a laptop computer that weighed about 50 tons, and it was like the size of a sewing machine, and it was pretty rough.
Yep.
But it was my dad. He was a computer engineer, and so that was his work computer, and he installed Doom on it one day.
Oh,
and so I started getting into DOS games. Oh, back in.
Go ahead. Preach.
I don't even know when that was. I want to say it was before the 90s. I was doing network games with my brother. We got some computers.
Yeah.
He was the person who got me into gaming. He's older than me.
Uh-huh. Hey, by the way, just to stop you for 1 second, if I was streaming, I would be playing the hardest rock music right now.
Well, I gotta say that Doom music does a number on young lad. But no, my brother used to play video games, and I was always interested in it. I was never allowed to because he was always on the computer. So I saved up. I bought my own computer. This is back when StarCraft Brood War came out. I want to say that was back in 96.
Yeah.
I was so into computers that I actually went to computer camp, which is the nerdiest thing I'll ever admit to doing in my life.
I've never been to the computer camp, but yeah, go ahead.
They teach you how to make websites and program games, and we basically did it all too quickly. They ran out of material, so I would play StarCraft with the entire crew. We had a bunch of kids sitting around at the university playing computer games I was pretty good at StarCraft, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started branching off out of StarCraft into other games where you actually need a name aside from like whatever BattleNet assigned you.
No.
So
Okay. Yeah.
I came up with a name, a clever name. Nobody will ever know of it. It was Stealth Sniper. So unique. Nobody would ever duplicate my name.
Right.
Oh wait, everybody did.
In StarCraft.
No, in all the other games. I eventually took it over for StarCraft too. But no.
But what platforms were you Stealth Sniper for? When was the first time?
Just computer, because you can't name yourself on.
No, but like what? Battle.net.
BattleNet back when
so
Steam
BattleNet
was barely Steam.
Yeah. Okay. So when you named yourself, I'm gonna be Stealth Sniper on BattleNet. What game were you playing? Was it StarCraft?
That was currently Team Fortress Classic that I took that. Okay. Now it makes sense. But go ahead. Yeah.
Anyways,
everybody and their dog started having sniper names, so I decided to change my name. I like the alliteration. I'm gonna be Suicidal Sam.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I used to play video games and I wouldn't care about taking damage. If you just sped through the levels, you got that invincibility after getting hit. Just use that to boost your way through the levels. And I called that like being on a suicidal mode. You don't care about getting killed.
Suicidal
just
Sam.
run.
What was the new movie that came out not too long ago?
Ready Player One?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, that's one of them. But after that, there was like a something like Adrenaline Sam movie that came out. I can't think of the name of it.
I don't know.
I never saw it. Hey, there were like big trailers for this movie, and people are gonna see this. They're gonna listen to this after the fact and be yelling at me in the comments.
Oh gosh, no.
But it was like something Sam. But it was basically like Adrenaline Sam, baby, and that was the name of the movie.
Well, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody uses silly names like that.
Apparently.
I had to change my name because everybody kept asking if I was actually suicidal.
Oh.
So I was like, I can't handle this. Stop calling me suicidal. I'm going to change my name. And I became ZealousZam because I liked Sam. I like Zam.
Yeah.
And with StarCraft, you got those zealots, right? ZealousZam just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, no. Oh my God, no! It rolls off the tongue like a dream. You're 100% right.
Except people in Europe call it Zealious. I don't know why.
No, they don't. They don't. Do they really?
I get it an awful lot. You would be surprised.
Zealious?
Zealious. Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. That's bad. That's not even close. That's not even close. You know what the weird thing is? It is living in the Pacific Northwest. And I mean, you can go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong. But the way that I've kind of thought about it and learned to understand it over time is that the dialect of the Pacific Northwest from the kind of Seattle, Portland, even Vancouver, Canada tongue to a degree it's a very neutral accent. And when you listen to people on TV, a lot of people in the mainstream radio, when they speak, they try to make themselves sound like people from the Pacific Northwest. So
I don't know that at all.
So
accents.
Oh my goodness! When I hear you talk, I hear your accent.
I don't have an accent, bud.
You do. No, you do. You were saying, what were we talking about? Damn it, Todd! You were saying something earlier, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're screaming a Canadian accent." And I'm not.
I don't know what you're talking there.
Yeah, yeah. Even there, you're like, I don't know what you're talking there. Like the way you.
How is that different? You say there.
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 No, but the way you said it in the sentence.
No, it's the same.
I say. Okay, so this is what I say. I say, what are you talking about there? And when you say it, if you were to say that exact same sentence, and I'm going to exaggerate it for the sake of making a point, the way you and a lot of Canadians say, you say, what are you talking about there? Like you there's, I mean, obviously there's the how I meant your mother, like boots and stuff like that are obviously more Midwestern, and almost sound Wisconsin at times. But man, I catch the accent when you talk very hard at times.
You know, not only chat, but the comments are going to read that you're being racist towards us Canadians.
No, I love Canadians. Hey, okay, can I say the most racist thing ever?
It's your podcast. Are you ready to get canceled?
Yep. I can't be racist because I have a lot of Canadian friends.
Oh yeah, name two.
Todd and Celine Dion and Justin Bieber.
Yo, he's a national treasure.
And what about her?
Celine Dion?
Yeah.
She's also a national treasure.
Okay. They're both okay.
I'm surprised Nicolas Cage hasn't stolen them yet.
No, I was gonna say Nick Cage he's on the list. He's not in my book. He doesn't crack the top two. For me, it's Celine Dion, Justin Bieber. I mean, can I name 2 Justin Bieber songs? No. Can I name 1 Justin Bieber song? No. Do I understand his importance in pop culture and society in general? Yes. But the Canadian accent, for me living in the Pacific Northwest, you hear people from the East Coast try to emulate the sound of the Pacific Northwest. They try to take away a lot. You know the East Coast accent, and when you hear it, like people from New York, Jersey, when they speak, Jerry Seinfeld, you hear the accent in it. You immediately hear them, and you're like, oh, that sounds way different. and then you hear people from Wisconsin or Chicago, the Chicago and Midwestern accent. You hear that and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't want to sound like that. I hear that too. And then you hear people from southern states, Alabama, Tennessee, the place where I'm living now, Tennessee. You hear the y'alls and all that, and even the deeper south, closer to Texas, and you get more of the draws coming out and that sort of thing. And then you realize in the Pacific Northwest, people from Washington State, Oregon, parts of Northern California, that is where that most neutral accent is kind of derived from. And I know this sounds incredibly rude to people that aren't from this area, but you start hearing this, and it's true though. What you hear on the national level is meant to emulate, and even people living in Tennessee that work for mainstream like news outlets, they try to sound as much like the Pacific Northwest, kind of like my style dialect.
I don't agree with that at all.
No way. It's so true. I guarantee you.
No, it doesn't. All of our newscasters, they all got like stuffy noses, and they do a very proper English talk up here.
Okay. Maybe it's a little bit different north of the border, but down here, I don't want to say it's quite like the British invasion, but it's not too far off either, right? If I turn on the news, and if you turn on American news to MSNBC, CNN, anything like that, it sounds like people from the Pacific Northwest.
I wouldn't know. I haven't watched TV.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know. I totally understand that. And that's totally fine. But all I'm saying is, like, on that national level, they sound like people from where I'm used to growing up and listening to. So for me growing up, it was weird getting acquainted to and getting adjusted to hearing that difference, right? Because everywhere else that I go to, whether it's Canada, where it's a more subtle but more Midwestern accent, I hear that. When I travel south, there's a more distinct accent. When I travel to the East Coast, there's a very, very strong accent down there. It's like no matter where I go, the accent kind of it just follows me around, and you can't get away from it, right?
Are you sure they're not just speaking English?
I mean, it's English. It's different. It's different phrasing on it.
I mean, you could say that all the people from like Europe, Scotland, Irish, when they sing, they
Sure.
sound English too. Does that make them singing in Northwest Pacific land?
No, they sound different.
No, wait, they sound English.
They sound different.
No, they sound English. There's very few bands that keep their accent when they're singing.
Yes, they sound like they 100% sound like they're speaking English. Is it different? Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And then you listen to different parts of like the UK. Like the Manchester accent is like it's off on its own island almost. It's
when you're speaking, but when you're singing, it's English.
Oh no, when you're singing, it's all it muddles up for sure.
But it's not Northwestern Pacific English. It's just English.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. When you're singing
I'd even go so far as to say they're singing in commoner.
They're what?
They're singing in commoner.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Well, part of that is on purpose, right? Like when the Stones made their British invasion, right? You've heard of that, right? Part of kind of the Motown era when a lot of British artists were transitioning from the United Kingdoms over to America. The Beatles are a good example of this. The Rolling Stones are a good example of this. A lot of times when these artists were moving across the pond to the U.S. to integrate more with society quicker, a lot of what they did was get away from their British accent. And the Rolling Stones and Mick Jagger are a great example of that. Right? You listen to the Rolling Stones and you probably wouldn't guess, at least it would be hard to guess on a lot of tracks, that they're actually British.
Right, but they're not speaking Northwest Pacific.
It's not that far off, though. It really isn't. But you listen to another band like the Beatles, and you're like, oh my God, yeah, they're British. They're British. Like you listen to half the Beatles songs, half their catalog or more, and you could easily tell that band is definitively British. But then to contrast it again, to go back to the other side, to talk about like Led Zeppelin. You probably wouldn't understand that Zeppelin is a British band if you listen to the vocals. You listen to Robert Plant. There might be certain songs, certain melodies that lend themselves to being more British, but you don't point to them as being a British band. But then again, to contrast it to the other side, you listen to another famous band from across the pond known as The Who.
Black
Sabbath. If you wanted to, yeah, sure, that you're 100% right. To use a more modern analogy, Oasis. Those bands gave a middle finger to that, right? They're like, no, we're gonna stick to our typical tongue and our typical dialect. And you could easily, you could, even in Canada, you can easily tell that they're British bands. You don't tell me that growing up or whatever, like when Oasis was blowing up, you're like, I don't know where these guys are from. No, you could so tell that Oasis was a British band. They did nothing to try and hide it.
You might be confusing me with somebody who cares where bands are from, because they just sing English. I can understand them. That's a cool band.
Oh, I did too, but I mean, you could hear even in their I mean, you listen to Oasis and you can tell. You listen to their songs and you're like, oh yeah, for sure, that's a British band. How many special people change?
You can also
How
listen
many
to
lives are
Americans and be
living
like they're from America.
Sure, exactly. Then that's what I'm getting at, right? Right? Is certain bands try like especially in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, certain bands really made an effort. They put attention to the way that they were singing their songs. Not in terms of the quality of the vocals, right? But in terms of the way that those dialects were coming across. And they tried to Americanize it to make it easier for an American audience to listen to. And as culture changed, you saw those barriers drop. You saw people singing in their native tongue more and more. And a good example of that, at least in the 90s and 2000s and plus, is Oasis. They made no bones about them being a British band. Trust me, you listen to 10 seconds of any Oasis song, you're like, yep, nope, that would not be my next door neighbor and their band playing. No one would ever say that, ever.
We have a lot of British people.
No.
Yeah,
maybe.
We have a lot of expats over here. Can I say that word? I still don't know if that's racist, expat.
I don't know. I've never heard that word in my entire life.
Expatriate?
No, I thought that's what you meant. I don't know what that means. Is that like a French Canadian thing? I don't even know.
No. So if an American were to come up to Canada and say, I don't want my American citizenship, they would be expatriates to America. And we get a lot of those from Britain, where they come over from the UK and they're all like, we speak with the proper British accent and we're no longer British. They choose to be Canadian. We have a lot of them.
Is that like a lot of French Canadians?
Well,
or is that a separate thing, being like from Quebec and all that?
Because they didn't choose not to be.
Yeah,
from
that's
French
why I asked.
Anymore.
Right. Okay, yeah, I had no idea. I'm completely. I don't know. We'll wait to hear what the people say, because I have no idea.
I hope that's not the one thing that gets me banned from the rest of the internet.
No, not
great.
Yes, you being on this podcast that nobody has heard of, and you saying something about expats would be exactly the No, of course not. No.
I mean, I commented on a cosplayer that maybe dozens of people know, and I got banned from Facebook, Instagram, and the Oculus.
Wait, what? I need to hear more about this story.
With
what?
A cosplayer, and
like a big name, like a big name.
It's Miss Cheza.
Okay, no idea who that is, but okay.
And do you know that meme? You're so precious when you smile, with the F word in there.
Yeah, no, never seen that meme.
You're gonna have some memes after this to get caught.
I've never seen that meme. What is it again?
Like a TikTok meme because it's a song.
Oh, if it's a TikTok meme, there's no way. There's no way I've ever seen it, dude. Dude, I'm the oldest man on Twitch. If you're gonna come at me with a TikTok meme, there's no way. There's no way I've ever seen it.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Anyways, I told her you're so precious when you smile, and I got reported by her Twitch staff because wait, can we use the simp word here?
Yeah. This isn't going to be on Twitch.
Okay, I got reported by her simps, mass reported for sexual harassment, and I got banned from Instagram.
What? Wait. Whoa. How did you get reported? I mean, I know what they did, but what did you? What was in? Tell me again what you said.
You're so precious when you smile.
And that was.
I can see it because it's kind of like I'm saying that women need to smile more, and I could see that being sexist, I guess. But it doesn't matter because Instagram is all automated.
Wait. But you made no reference to other women, other transgender people. How does saying?
I said you're so precious when you smile, and I got mass reported and banned within half an hour of that post.
Not the post taken down.
Completely banned. They ask you to log in and verify with two-factor authentication, and then click to tell which freaking picture has a car in it. And then it says your account's been deactivated. Here's the steps to try and get it back. I had to appeal the ban. And because it's connected to Facebook, by the way, you're banned on Facebook, and Facebook owns Oculus, so they banned me off of that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my appeal is through Facebook, not Instagram. And it took them a month to get back to my original appeal. And by that time, they deactivated my accounts. And that means I had to appeal the deactivation to appeal the ban. And I'm now on my fourth appeal. It's been since August.
And when was this comment first made?
It was in August. Yep. It's been 7 months ish, whatever it is.
Being no, you, like you said, 7 months. Yeah. August to late end of September. That's 7 months, dude.
So anyways, I got banned from memes, and I'm banned from, I want to almost say that's a third of the internet right there. I still got Amazon, Apple, and Google that'll allow me to use their services. So if I get banned for expat, oh boy, I might not have a Twitch show. I might have to just, read books because I won't be able to use a computer.
and you got banned from all of that over one comment. In the comment itself was not derogatory. It was not insightful. You were not putting anybody down with that. Remind me again, just for clarity, what was the exact comment you left?
Your period, so period, fucking period, precious period, when you smile, period.
Oh. I mean, if that's enough to get you banned, why aren't guys being banned for leaving like 3 fire emojis after somebody's post, or three
spammed by people that think that I'm toxic,
right,
and ruining this cosplayers community, and that's why they mass flagged me, and I got banned with no comment. And how do I know
that's
this?
insane. That's insane to me.
During my appeal process, they specifically told me I was banned for one of three things.
Wait, hold on. Is it a process or a process? Because you were saying that it would be hard for me to tell the Canadian accent. Or is it process or process?
It's the same thing. Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, no.
Nobody says tomato.
Right, but one's American and one's Canadian. But yeah, process.
One's a Queen's English, actually.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. It's the Queen's English. You know what we don't speak here? It's the Queen's English. Not in bulk.
How absolute dare you? Anyways, it's a complete process. Which one do you want me to use?
I don't want you to say anything. I want you to use whatever is the most natural. So process.
All right. So
Preach
during the
it.
process,
Preach it, my Canadian brother.
they gave me 3 things that I would have got banned for. One of which is counterfeiting things. That's not something I was doing. I was posting pictures of my birds.
What?
Or I could have been banned for impersonating someone.
Okay.
I'm posting pictures of my birds, so that's not it.
No.
Or sexual harassment. And that was the only post. Like, I would only post on her stuff because not very many people I cared about their Instagram. I literally just started it the month before. I had a total of 8 pictures of my birds up there. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm banned from all of that. It's really easy to get around the ban. I just need to make a new email and I need to sign up again. But
sure.
ZealousZam@gmail.com. Why would I change that email?
No.
Why would I start over?
No, when I started doing this podcast, which is basically 2 days. Well, I made the accounts for this podcast 2 days ago. I did ProfessorHeylow@gmail.com because it made the most sense. It's like if that's taken, and actually I was surprised that a couple of other Professor Heylow Gmail accounts were taken. But it's like where else do you go? Where else do you take it from that? Like hello? That's my account.
Yep. So now I would have to use a different email, and I'm not doing that.
No. So now you got to be like the real ZealousZam. Real
ZealousZam 69 420.
ZealousZam69420@gmail.com. You're right. Oh
yeah, you
my
can just
God.
find me on Facebook easily with that information, right? So no, I want my account back. I've appealed it 4 times, and it's painful.
Well, yeah, of course you're gonna appeal it and want it back. That's huge. You don't want what? Over a comment that is completely innocuous, that has probably not been reviewed by an actual person, that's being
I've talked
reviewed.
to 2 people, and both of them have told me very little information. Basically, we can't work on your ban. You have to appeal the deactivation so that you can then appeal the ban again. And the other person that told me why I was banned, and I was like, thanks for not being a robot. At least somebody got back to me.
Yeah. But they didn't give you any more insight as to how to get unbanned.
Well, yeah, I have to fill out this whole process, which is to take a picture of myself, resembling a picture that is on the account so that their algorithm can find it, posting my personal information, pretty much holding up a driver's license with a claim number, name, username, email, all that stuff up on a basically, I'm going to call it a fan sign because it's a white background, because it has to be, again, algorithmic. The robot reads it all and says, okay, this person's actually a person, will unban them. Yeah. It's definitely a process. Don't try. Whatever, cockies, man.
Todd, I know you're trying to hide it now.
No, I don't. I butcher words just to bother people.
Well, it's working because now I know you're not speaking your typical dialect, and it's bothering me, my friend.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There you go. Now I'm happy. Hey, before we cut you loose, I did want to talk about a couple of things. Are you okay sticking around? I know.
Yeah, I got all the time. It's up to your viewers. Hey, are you still enjoying this? If so, remember to like, comment, subscribe. I don't know how this works.
No, I mean, you don't need to say that, but yeah, that you're not wrong. I'm gonna be posting this to YouTube, and then posting it to all major podcasting websites after that. So, yes, what you're saying is not wrong. Not wrong. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I don't make it a focal point because I've watched enough YouTube, and I know it's gonna be. Look. I know you're about my age. I'm not gonna say any more about age. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I know you're about my age, but if there's one thing that you and me know, anytime we watch a YouTube video, whether it's a Todd YouTube video, whether it's a Halo YouTube video, whether it's a Markiplier video, whether it's some random YouTuber that we haven't seen before YouTube video, it's that if we like the video, we are already going to like and subscribe to it. So my whole thing is even if you watch any of my YouTube videos, I don't specifically say, comment and subscribe, because the demographic that I kind of lend myself towards, they don't care about that. And neither do I. That's all I'm saying. That's all that was. It was a big tangent to say, look, we don't care about that, but you are right. So anyways, before we leave, I did have a couple of things that I think you might like hearing about. And hopefully you could sit there and just have a smile on your face and give me your genuine reaction. And what this is hold on, let me see how much percentage left I have on my phone. Oh man. Okay, this is totally gonna work. But what I wanted to talk about, Todd, is okay. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna work. In college, now you might know me as a guy that plays. Maybe to a lot of people this is kind of a little bit of an introduction, but I do play bass guitar. Played it in a couple of different bands, and played a good chunk of big time venues in the Seattle area. Hard Rock Cafe being one. Obviously that's a chain that's pretty much worldwide, right? Everyone's heard of the Hard Rock Cafe. I played the Hard Rock Cafe in Seattle. El Corazon, which is Todd, do you ever hear of a band called Pearl Jam?
Yeah, I've been to a couple of their shows.
Pearl Jam's first concert was at what is now known as El Corazon. Now it's gone through a couple of name changes over the years, but it's the same venue. That was the what was it called? The oh man. If there's people out there that are listening to me that know this from the Seattle area, the Off-Ramp Cafe, is that right? It used to be called that. It's now El Corazon. But I played that venue as well. And a couple other big ones that people have heard of. Anyways, back before I played bass, I was a guy, Todd, that entered college with no musical experience. I was a guy that picked up guitar because I loved the instrument. I loved making rock music. And, well, to be quite honest, Todd, I kind of wanted to be famous, and I wanted to make my mark on the music scene. So you know what I did?
I'm assuming you're going to tell me.
I started practicing guitar in college for the first time. I did not graduate junior high school. I did not graduate high school.
You get to college if you didn't.
No. Let me finish. That's not the end of the. That's not the end of the sentence. I did not graduate middle school, comma. I did not graduate high school, comma, with any experience in music. Period. Okay, that's the end of the sentence.
Okay, yeah. Now it makes sense. Whoa.
If I was streaming, I would be golf clapping right now, okay? No, I graduated middle school. I was a good student, by the way.
Yeah,
I
okay.
graduated high school, by the way. I wasn't a great student, but I graduated. But I also graduated college as well. Okay? Bachelor degree. Not the highest level, but I did enough. I made my mark, okay? Okay? Let's just be clear about that. I might have left. I might have been trying to go for effect. I might have been trying to go for trying to make a mark there. But what I'm saying is I went through K through 12 without ever diving in to the music scene. Now, to be honest, I growing up, like in kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth grade, I really wanted to play football, American football, not soccer, football. You know, like Joe Montana, hike. But my mom said, "You're too flimsy. You're gonna get beat up. You're gonna get killed. No, you're not doing that." So I didn't. I never got a chance to do that. But what I did was, when I got to college, I was like, oh, I'll make my mark playing music. So I started learning guitar. I started learning music theory on my own. And after 1 year of playing, after 1 year of playing, it was actually more like after 6 months of playing, and then a bunch of months of trying to figure out how to record the music myself. You know what I did, Todd?
You made your own song?
I made my own song.
Nice. Do I get a golf clap?
Golf clap. No one's going to, there's no actual golf clap. I just said golf clap because people are used to hearing that. But yeah, if I was streaming, this would be a moment for a full clap. I wouldn't cut it off after 2 seconds. You realize that that's what I do, right? Like the clap sound effect that you hear is actually like 12 seconds long. But I'm started.
Sure everybody knows this. I'm not gonna lie, everybody knows it.
Okay, good. Because I play it long sometimes. I let it go. This would be one of those moments where I let the golf clap go, the full 12. But what I did was, I figured I'd played guitar like 6.5, 7 months. I was like, and if I had the shades here, I would put them on right now. This is Shades moment, Zam. ZealousZam on Twitch. This is the moment I would be putting the shades on.
I need to get shades.
I know. You know why? You know why the shades help? They give you confidence. They give you confidence when you don't have it. Even
I don't think you know me. I never have a problem with confidence.
No. I know you don't. No, I definitely know that about you. But when you put the shades on, that in that moment in time, like time almost stops. You stop forgetting about criticism from chat. You stop forgetting about any past failures, transgressions, anything that might have happened in a video game during the intro to your show, anything that might have gone sideways. And when you take the Thug Life shades, when you take a good pair of shades and you just put them on in that moment when you're streaming live for the tens of thousands of people that you do, Todd, it takes you to another place. You physically separate yourself from the struggles of your modern day streaming career. And it teleports you. Kind of like in Dark Souls when you kill the Iron Golem atop of Sen's fortress, you just get teleported to Anor Londo. And that's kind of the level we're talking about right now, right? You just get boop, you get teleported. You don't even know what happens. You just kind of you end up somewhere else. And in that place, you have tons of confidence, no weaknesses. And it makes you feel very good about yourself.
I live there.
There you live. I knew that. I knew that. You heard it here first, folks. If there's anybody listening, 1 hour and 38 minutes into this broadcast, ZealousZam himself lives in Anne Orlando.
I got teleported there. I couldn't find the way out.
No,
and I said, I live here now.
In pure confidence. No doubts about yourself. Just a shaded up, ZealousZam. Nobody in that one place, in that one little section of the universe, nobody is calling you Todd. You're known there as ZealousZam. Shades on, full confidence. But here's the thing. To relate it back to what we're talking about, I wanted to reach that state of constant nirvana. And so, you know what I did? I started learning guitar. And I studied that instrument, Todd, for like 6 or 7 whole months. But I dedicated myself to it. You know, okay, real quick. I know that we're trying to kind of wrap things up at this point, but I wanted to say this. If there's one thing that you know about me, I think you know about me, it's that I don't have many hobbies. Right? A lot of people dip their toes into a lot of different things. I don't. I'm definitely not one of those people. I'm someone that has few hobbies. And when I pick up a hobby, I go, how do I say this politely? I go, your boy goes balls deep. When I pick up a hobby, I just go for it. And for 6, 7, 8 months, I was balls deep in playing guitar. And then it transitioned from that into music theory and playing bass for an actual band. But you know what I did, Todd?
I mean, I already said that I think you made a song.
Okay, but you're right. You're right. Yes, that's exactly what I did. I'm sorry for dominating the conversation.
No, that's all right. You know what? You'd make a great dungeon master. I was going to say, hey, have you ever dungeon mastered in your life? Because I'm enthralled. I want more of the story. Fill my ears.
I have
with
not.
Your voice.
Have I been a DM? No. Have I played Dungeons and Dragons once in my entire life? No. Played a little bit of Pathfinder, but other than that, no. I've never learned enough to be a DM. Now I could, and maybe we'll save this for another cast. My father and relatives in my family have been balls deep in Dungeons and Dragons. And while my father, my uncle are anything but nerdy, you would look at them and say, that's not someone that has ever played D&D. They all have played D&D to incredible lengths before my birth in the mid 80s. But yes, they 100% have. And if they have ever watched, they haven't, but if they were to ever watch that show on Netflix, what is it? Come on, Todd, help me out. What's that show on Netflix?
I haven't seen it.
Retro gaming? Wait. There's a show that talks about like Doom. It talks about
Do you mean High Score?
High Score. High Score. Yes. High Score. They would be the perfect mold for the D&D role-playing episode. But you would never get that from looking at or experiencing their life histories as adults, right? Based on their field of work, what they did as adults. They were the biggest high score nerds the world has ever seen.
And
But
it's all thanks to Ninja for making it all mainstream.
yeah, really, yes, yeah, you're not wrong. As big of a hard time as people give Ninja, one, I've been following that dude for years. I probably should have subbed to him a long time ago. I don't watch him now. He actually looks way too much like XQC, which kind of freaks me out. But he has done Ninja, despite whatever you think of the dude, has done so much for the streaming community, making it mainstream, acceptable, especially for men of a certain age like myself. And I'm sure you kind of understand this as well. Not being a 12-year-old streaming, it brings on its own set of challenges. I can't just like fire up a stream and be like, "Hey mom, hold on, I'm streaming. Hey mom, bring me another sandwich." Like I can't do that sort of thing. It's different. Especially when other people, relationships, potential relationships are involved, it brings up its own challenges. And Ninja really did a lot to make a lot of that stuff mainstream. I was in Vegas and Ninja was streaming, I think it was at the Luxor on the main level in front of, I don't know, thousands of people. I had no idea who he was at the time. Streaming a Fortnite, a game that I play every week with my friends.
Why don't you stream Fortnite?
It's too far outside of my scope. I feel at where I'm at. People ask me this a lot, actually. That's a good question. That's a great question. I just think that where I'm at, it's just so far outside of the realm of what I do. It would be weird to bring my current family into that. And then to try to do it like if my goal is to make it as a Twitch streamer, like what role does me streaming something like Fortnite bring to the table? And the answer is not much. I literally play it once a week with two of my other friends. I'm not great at it. I'm probably better than, I don't know, 70% of the people that play it, because I've been playing it since it came out, right? I can 90, I know how to edit. I can pull plays that a lot of the population can't. And I can keep up with a few streamers that play it, like daily. But I don't stream that because it's so far out of the realm of what I do. But I'm also not good enough to make a game like that my calling card. Right? Like someone like Please Seld, someone like Please Build, someone like a Tifu, someone like I don't there's tons of streamers out there. They play Fortnite and 80-90%, maybe even more than 90% of what they play is Fortnite. I don't fall into those buckets, and I'm not at that level. So me streaming with 10, 15, 20 people watching isn't going to be enough to attract more people. When there's all of these very, very, very talented streamers that don't just play it once a week, but play it daily, and who are consistently better than me, right? You watch someone like Tifu You ever watch a Tfue stream? He doesn't have the most. Oh, go ahead. Have you watched Tfue before?
No, I don't actually watch many larger streamers.
That's fine.
I don't do a lot of things that you bring up. Like I don't do music. I don't watch TV. I don't watch news. I don't watch
a lot of. I don't watch
Fortnite.
TV. Okay, so just as an example, there's this streamer Tfue. Very, very, very popular, right? He fires up his stream, 20,000 plus people watch. In terms of production value, it's maybe a C minus. In terms of making it audience oriented, like, is he playing music? Does he have videos? Does he have anything to spice up his streams? No. He literally hits go live on OBS, and you see him sitting at his keyboard. Half his screen is well, a good chunk of the screen is his face. A good chunk of his screen is his mouse and keyboard, and that's it. He hits live, boom, that's what you're seeing. He's in the middle of practice. He does a very good job of that. He gets away with it because he's that's how good he is, right? That's what I'm trying to get to, is he can do that because he's world class. And whether he's playing Fortnite or Call of Duty, Tfue, like Ninja, like Dr. Lupo are going to be in that top, like Nick Merckx. They're going to be in that like top tier of gamers for that particular category. I play once a week with my friends. Half the time I'm getting drunk, if not more. And so I'm not going to crack that tier, and I'm not going to attract that audience that expects top tier gameplay. I just don't play at that level. So I don't stream it because I'm not good enough to be that good. I'm good enough to make my current audience happy. Sure, right? I could fire up almost any game and make my current fan base happy, right? We interact, we hang out, we chill, we have a good time. But we already do that 4 times a week anyways. But there's no expansion in streaming that category, and that's why I don't do it. And it's, by the way, it's one of the few exceptions I make. I stream almost every other game live unless I'm testing something to stream live. And I'm very adamant about streaming games that you play live. Like if I was to get really passionate about Stardew Valley, I would start streaming Stardew Valley live. I really would. But it's because I haven't spent any time getting to know the game, nor am I already an expert that I don't stream that game. Now, there's certain games like Dark Souls, like Darkest Dungeon, DLC, all that stuff that lends itself to being played blind. And there's, tons of games that you could play blind, right?
Yep.
But since Fortnite doesn't fall into any one of those categories, it really doesn't make sense for my channel and my community. A community, by the way, that is really known for me playing dark games and kind of gothic style games. It doesn't really lend itself to that style. So
are you kidding me? Thanos is in it. How dark can you go?
Nah. He was in it for a little while. He's not in it anymore.
Yeah, but he totally wanted to bang death. So I mean, like,
yeah,
it's dark, right?
Yeah, maybe, but yeah. I mean, it's its own. It's for sure its own animal, and it's just one of those things. It's like, where do I find my niche and all that? And to me, the answer is I don't. Could I stream it with my buds for a couple hours and get a sub or two, get a couple of follows? Probably once a week. Keep the stream going extra long and do that. But really, that's more like, it's private time for me and my buds, for Vinkus, for others, and we just we game out. That's what it's about. But yeah, I do that every Friday. after I'm done streaming every Friday, the first thing I do is go downstairs, grab a beer, crack it open, walk back upstairs, open up Epic, and start playing Fortnite. And people, by the way, people like Swasage, like the Safety Steak, like others, they've been like, yo, what are you doing? It's late night on a Friday and you're playing Fortnite. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly what I'm doing. They've called me on it.
I have nothing to say there. My Friday is usually where I watch other streamers.
Okay, what days do you stream on? What's your you have a schedule, right?
Oh, hell yeah. All right. So first off, you will never succeed in streaming unless you have a schedule. I don't care who you are. You need a schedule. People need to know when you're on. But I'm on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, pretty much every other day. I take every other day off. And it's great because I don't get that burnout because it's not like I stream 2-3 days back to back to back. It doesn't become a chore. I can stop. I can be like, all right, that was a terrible stream for XYZ. Let me fix it. Let's get back to it the next day. And by that next day, I want to get into it. And I'm more excited to get into it.
No, that's a great Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. So you have the weekend covered, which is awesome. A lot of people have time off of work. They're going to be playing games of their own if they want to pump open a stream. That's a fantastic way of streaming. Well, do I have a schedule?
Got into streaming was because when I would wake up on Sunday, and as I said, I don't watch TV. Who's on Sunday morning?
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday morning cartoons. Yeah, it's not that much different.
Man, cartoons suck these days.
I'm just saying it takes you back to that time, man, when you were a kid.
I could talk how society's gone downhill because we don't have no Saturday cartoons, but I'm sure that'll have to be another episode.
Yeah. All right, you're right. We totally could. You're right, but the way I see Twitch on the weekends is I don't stream a whole lot on the weekends. Do I have a set schedule? No. Check Discord if you want to see when I'm going to be live. I usually post ahead of time, but the way I view it is on the weekends, Saturday morning cartoons, man. I when I get up early on Saturdays, I'm like, who's online? What kind of like darkest dungeon stream can I like sink my teeth into? Where am I gonna have fun? And that's kind of how I start my weekends. In a normal world, I'm usually pretty hungover, and I'm waking up around 11 or noon and firing up Twitch. Nowadays, it's like, well, I'll be up by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning because I'm not drunk, because I'm not out late, because nothing's open late, because there's no shows to watch, and because no place can be open past like 10 o'clock anyways. But anyways, you get the idea of it, right? Right?
Yep.
In a normal world, yeah, it's like a Saturday, Sunday morning cartoon. But I'm glad you do that. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, we can catch the ZealousZam on Twitch. Link will be in the description. Don't you worry about it. But before I let you go, we need to get back to what we were talking about.
I assume that's I'm going to hear a song. I assume at some point you will play a song that you made and you want me to react to how the song tickles my earbuds, right?
Not tickles, how it kills.
Should I turn my sound down or?
Yeah. No, you should turn your sound. Well, turn it up because it comes in quiet. It comes in quiet. So here's the thing. I was at college up at Western Washington University. I had been practicing playing guitar daily for 6-7 months at this point, and I wanted to record my own song. Because your boy knew that he was a star in the making. No, I knew it was going to be bad. Maybe not quite as bad as it turned out, but take ProfessorHeylow. 10 years before he's a professor, 12 years before he's a professor. And think of him that way. He wanted to make it big. Professor Heylow before the Professor, just after Halo 2. Wanted to make a name for himself. Been playing guitar, learning it, learning a lot of theory to go along with it. And really, that's about all I had. So what I did was I recorded. I knew the chords I wanted to play. So I recorded the rhythm section myself, right? I borrowed my friend's laptop to record all this. And he had some device, like a MIDI controller, and he was able to record it on his own PC. I didn't have the great equipment. I just had the guitar. Okay? So I recorded this on a guitar. Played the rhythm section, right? I knew the chords. Played the chords for the rhythm section. Then recorded over it and played bass. Todd, do you think I knew a bassist at that time in my life?
No, because you hadn't done anything.
That's right. I was a nobody. I was a nobody in the music world. I still am a nobody in the music world. I didn't know a bassist. So you know what I did? I didn't take a bass guitar and play over the top of it. No. I took a third guitar track and simply played the bass chords underneath it all to make a faux bass line. You know what I did, Todd? I figured my you know who my favorite guitarist was growing up? Think of all of the guitar, like take a deep breath. Don't answer this quickly. Take a deep breath and think of the guitar greats of the 70s, the 80s. And who might you think of would inspire a young Professor Heylow?
I'm gonna have to go with Van Halen. Gonna go with that one.
Yo!
No, I got it.
You nailed it. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
When you hear the solo for this track, I was like, damn it, I'm gonna go all out. I was like, I'm gonna go all out and do a Eddie Van Halen. I'm like 21 at the time. Okay, leave me alone. But I tried doing an Eddie Van Halen impression onto this this song. I was like, yup, people are gonna look back at this one piece of art and think Professor Heylow plays like Eddie Van Halen. You know how long Eddie Van Halen played guitar? His entire life.
No, I didn't know that, but you know, I'm a huge fan of the man myself.
You know how long I played guitar?
6 months,
7 months, exactly. Here's the song, recorded in college, Western Washington University. Oh, by the way, so I recorded the rhythm guitar track first, then the lead, then the solo track. Somewhere in there I fit the bass line, the bass track. So there's 4 guitar tracks you're gonna hear, all played by me. Oh, there's also drums. And you know who played those? It's a really famous person.
Is it you?
Yeah, no, it's a track I found online after I did the lead. So it's
online, copyright free.
Yeah, copyright free. Yeah, just like a generic drum track. So I then took all 4 or 5 of those tracks and put them on top of each other and created the first song ever played entirely by Professor Heylow and one random drum track. Are you ready?
I honestly am excited for this because
Don't be
I
excited.
expect it to be a hot mess and
Yeah.
to hate it right away.
Okay, there you
we'll
go.
See if I hate it.
Thank you. If I was streaming, I'd be playing a golf clap right now. Here we go. Here is the first track, and basically only track I've ever recorded. Here we go. Entirely by ProfessorHeylow. Now
This better be good. It's so hyped up right now for me that I've just been sitting here. This is already going better. I can hear it.
Good. Talk. Don't be afraid to talk through it.
Oh my goodness, this is so like 80s. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, I know. You'll hear the Eddie Van Halen part.
Oh, when did the song start?
It's weird that no one wanted to be my drummer.
Oh boy.
It's weird that nobody wanted to drum for me.
No,
Weird.
that's not weird at all. Oh my goodness, this intro doesn't end, does it? Okay.
I already like this better. You hear more of it, apparently.
Wow. Wow, that was a huge change.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, there it goes. It's playing again. Oh, it's cutting out. Oh no. I just know it's really quiet right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't even know where to go with this. You know, the bass isn't that bad. I can see why you're a bassist and not a lead guitar now.
Yeah, my first experience.
Oh boy. And you didn't even do it on a bass. You literally just did this on a regular guitar.
Yes.
That is not bad of a bass, but the rest, not a fan of it. Not a fan. Not a fan.
Oh, shocker.
Oh boy. Well, there was a good part though. You're definitely gonna have to bring somebody on who's better at hearing music, because
No, that's the point.
oh, it's painful
I just
though.
want
I want to
your
know what somebody
reaction.
who's good at hearing music would say. They'd be like, oh, that's on the wrong chord. Oh.
Brit, 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 Brit.
Oh.
The last part of that is so great. The last the last verse of that. Wait, hold on. Here we go. One more time.
I I like the first take when I was playing Van Halen's Right Now. Oh, that was a better time, I tell you what.
You're like, wow, that's a really good song. I'm surprised it's not more famous.
Oh boy, bud.
Oh yeah, shocker.
What were you thinking when you were doing anything but the bass? Like, that's the only part that was redeemable.
Well, yeah, because I knew what to play in terms of like the chord progression, right? And I was like, okay, well, I know the chords I'm playing. I'll just replicate that on guitar and play it at the lowest octave possible and turn the volume up and strum it slower and use more disdain, more echo and more gain. And that's all you're hearing when I do the bass part to that.
That song is cyberpunk of music.
Yeah, I know. It's a Frankenstein. Frankenstein. Oh yeah, no, thank you. I thought it'd be a 0 or a 1. I'll take a 3. Hell yeah.
It's not finished. It needs another 6 months, maybe a couple patches.
That was Halo, not even graduated college. That is what you're listening. That's how long ago it was. And you know me, I'm the oldest man on Twitch. So to hear something from not even graduated college, Halo, that Todd is a trip in the time machine.
I am imagining right now that old ProfessorHeylow, the one
old
in the
Professor
moment,
Heylow
thought that was the most baddest ass song they ever heard. They played it for the family, and their family at Thanksgiving were like, "Yeah, that's really good. That's really great.
Okay.
You should not give up your dreams. Go back to college."
And play it for the family. You're basically the only person that's ever heard that. You realize that, right? And it's going to be like that for a long time.
You know, I just took a bullet for the world.
Mm-hmm. No, you did. You 100% did. I'm not denying that. Yeah, you did.
I think I deserve like a Nobel Peace Prize or something because.
Yep. A Nobel Peace Prize, any sort of award that Mother Teresa ever received. Yeah, anything like that. Right. That's what you deserve. It's so good.
It was the opposite.
I know. It was terrible. Not good. I'm just glad to get that reaction out of you. Okay. Should we get to the weirdest part of the night?
Oh boy! All right, is this the phone calls?
This is gonna be phone calls. I'm gonna play it exactly the same as I did the music. So I'll play one as an intro, and you gotta tell me if you can hear it, because I want you to be able to react as soon as you hear stuff, just like you did during the song. Like don't hold back any punches. You haven't heard any of these. I haven't heard any of these. But the first one is gonna be an intro.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I get like the first few words when I open this up. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Let me adjust the gate one last time here. There we go.
Welcome to Google Voice. Google Voice gives you a single phone number that rings all of your phones, saves your voicemail online, and transcribes your voicemail to text. Other cool features include the ability to listen in on messages while they're being left, block unwanted callers, and make cheap international calls. We hope you enjoy using Google Voice.
I hope so too.
Okay, so you can hear that. Perfect.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah, okay. Because the next ones I don't think are going to be quite as nice. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Okay, here we go. There's a few of them here. Boom. Okay, how do I okay, well, I'm on this one. Yep. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's the next one. This is an actual voicemail.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say that my wife told me I had to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down. Bye.
What do you have to say to that?
Well, I gotta say that I can't hand it to him, but I sure as hell can foot it to him. Wait, no, shit. He can foot the bill for my hearing aids that I'm gonna get. I don't know. I'm gonna have hearing aids from listening to that, so you'll better foot the bill. I don't know. There's words. I can make jokes too. All right.
Yeah, I know you can. That's why I had you on, is because you 100% can make jokes. I can't, man. I'm boring when I'm by myself. By the way, could you hear that okay? Did that one come across okay?
I heard it crystal clear.
Perfect.
Also a good name for a stripper, by the way.
Crystal clear? Yeah, I like that. That's a good stripper name. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just, finishing off a little beer here. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Right.
I assumed you were getting the next one ready.
No, I got the next one ready. Okay. So number 2. By the way, there's one. Well, we played 1 and 2. There's 3, 4. Oh, by the way, I didn't say this. That first one. Yeah, that was the second one, the first real one. Yeah, that was me. The flamingo joke. Yeah, that was me. Before I sent it out, I had to make sure it worked. That was a test voicemail, okay? That was a test voicemail. These others I have not heard a single second of, okay? So I'm going to be reacting behind the mic. You'll hear my voice a little bit further away. I'll be reacting to it live just like you are. This is voicemail 3 of 5. Let's freaking go.
Hey, yeah, so I was really wondering, when do you get in that bookcase?
He said, when are you? Oh, come on, man. He said, when are you getting that bookcase?
Oh, it's a good question. It's a very good question. I'll let you handle it.
Okay. To be frank, to be 100% honest, I had never broken so many hearts in a 20-second span of my entire life before that. In case you didn't get to catch it live, what rock have you been living under? You can still catch the VOD on Twitch, by the way. But more importantly, in what happened in that time frame, I was streaming on Twitch, just to set the scene really quick, and I'd made a comment and said something, and I turned around during my stream, and I noticed that my the wall behind me looked off. So I went over to the wall, which has a little bit of a curtain to it, right? And I adjusted it, and I took the fabric, and I was messing with the fabric, and it folded over itself, and I was fixing it on stream, and I fixed it. And lo and behold, one person made a comment, then 2. I think I had I don't know. It was one of my first streams back. It was before I got bronchitis, and it was one person made a comment, then 2, and it was all of chat was "Oh yeah, that doesn't seem right. That's his bookcase." And what happened was, from basically the dawn of time, from me streaming in the corner of my office in Bothell, Washington, no one had ever realized that the bookcase behind me with the sideways candles was fake. And I reset up that same piece of fabric, oriented it the way that it's supposed to be, and made 1 or 2 just minor tweaks to it, during my first stream in Nashville. And when I was sitting there in Nashville for the first time, like just doing some minor, I'm sitting there with my hands and I'm making some minor tweaks to it. Like, I was just doing that sort of thing. People like slowly caught on. And it was like one comment and then another and then another and then another and then another. We're like, what the hell, man? That's a real bookcase. What are you doing?
I asked the question before you even left. I was like, what's on the bookshelf? And then you were like, oh, those aren't actually books. That's a mirror. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. But okay, whatever. It's a mirror. Cool. Yeah. And then you had it set up again and it's not a bookcase.
You know why I said that? Because behind it was a mirror, and I had talked about it before. That was the one time in my... That is the best first voicemail anyone could have ever asked about, called in about, by the way. But I had never broken that many hearts, that many souls. Like, you were there. You saw like the breakdown and were part of the breakdown of the spirits, the hearts and souls I had crushed on stream with that. I had never betrayed anyone in that moment more than anyone in my entire life. Like I felt in that moment like I didn't show up to my third graders ballet class recital. Like, I would have thought like something on that level. I don't have kids, but I would have thought like I did something on that level, like just happened. Everyone, it wasn't just like one or two people. Now, typically when I make a joke and it goes sideways, sure, a couple people in chat will turn on me. I expect that, and that's fine. Everyone in chat on a big stream day, like 20 people, all 20 people turned on me that day. And I was not prepared for it. And you were there, by the way, and it's perfect that you're here because you were a part of that.
I would never turn on anyone.
No, everyone turned on me that day.
You had it coming. You made it look like a bookcase.
True. I had talked about it before. I was like, hey, it's a fake bookcase. It's not real.
Why would you put up a fake bookcase after you move? And when are you getting an actual bookcase? Answer the man's question.
Hey, you know what's really funny? A, everything you said was 100% true. B, I already replaced it with a real one. This real bookcase.
No, I don't believe that. I'm going to have to watch your stream and I'm going to point it out and I'm going to be like, oh, it looks like a fake bookcase again. And everybody's going to join me.
It's real.
And they're going to be like, oh, look at the new fake bookcase he got.
Look, the real bookcase, I'm staring at it now. Like I'm turning my head at 90 degrees. So one eyeball is looking at.
Up when you turn your head?
Yeah, they're facing up. Candles are facing the way that they should be, not sideways. One eyeball is looking at the webcam that's not turned on because this is a podcast. The other one is looking at the 100% real bookcase. And you know what's most impressive about this, Todd?
How you can look at two different things with two different eyeballs?
No. It's a matter of peripherals and where you move your eyeballs within that space.
Yeah, but you don't look at that when you're looking at out of your eyes. You're not looking at your periffs.
Okay, I'm looking straight ahead. One eyeball is kind of looking at the webcam. The other eyeball is kind of looking at the bookcase. If I was streaming, you would understand exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm just reminded of a joke right now.
Go ahead.
So I was dating this girl, right?
Yep.
And she had a lazy eye, and it turned out she was seeing another guy the entire time.
Oh, yo, yeah, that's that hits on a different level, by the way.
I'm just thinking, you got a lazy eye. You're seeing two different things, bud.
I know, but it also stings a little bit. You know, you're seeing two different guys at the same time. You know,
that's the joke.
Have you been in that situation before, though?
I don't typically date people. People are terrible.
People are terrible. I hate people. But have you ever
No, I've not been in that situation.
dating two people at the same? Okay, all right, fair enough. Anyway, okay. We're drifting too far. I'm not trying to hurt feelings or anything. Let's go to the next voicemail. You ready?
All right, let's go.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
Oh,
See, this is why I need to work for like a radio station so I can have bumpers or a little bit of music that's royalty free that mixes it up in between. Okay. Again, haven't heard any of these voicemails before. No idea what's coming up. You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, last time that you were over and you pulled out, you sprayed all over my back and didn't clean up. I had to shower for over an hour straight, so you either need to just start dealing with that. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but you can't keep doing that.
Is there something else he wanted to do? I mean, you
What
can't
was
just
the
say here's
back-
problem.
what was
You
the
have to
back
come up
half
with
of
a
that?
solution.
Well, the last time I was over, pulled out, sprayed all
Yep.
over
Yep.
his or her back. I'm not going to
Yep.
assume gender.
Yep.
And
Yep.
let's listen to the last half of that one more time.
I had to shower for over an hour straight, so you either need to just start dealing with that. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but
Oh boy.
So apparently I need to perfume it. He doesn't know what to tell me about that. Yeah, can you help me out with that?
Well, I can easily recommend that you don't use perfume. As a guy, I'm not gonna say
You don't
should
cover
be
it up
using
with
perfumes,
perfume?
but
Okay.
I don't think guys should be using perfumes. They should be using eau de toilette. It's more like a cologne.
Yeah.
Very smelly, if you would. It's a better fragrance to alcohol tolerance there. So
Yeah.
you can get better smells from eau de toilette rather than perfume, unless you really want it to smell very fruity. I guess no, perfume's more of a flowery, isn't it?
Yeah. Perfume is supposed to be like flowery, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you want to make it smell like you've been in an orchard full of fucking like roses or I don't know of any other flowers, maybe pansies. Oh god, that joke writes itself.
Yeah.
But I do recommend eau de toilette because you're gonna be in the bathroom anyways, and it'll remind you of good times.
Hey, all I got to say to that is, you know what you were in for. I'm sorry your cleanup was more than expected, but that's life with ProfessorHeylow. Cue the golf clap. You had it coming. Yep, exactly. Thank you. The short clap, not the full one. I'm gonna cut it off after a second and a half. Right? You get clap, and then it's done.
You need some crickets.
I do. No, you know what it is? You're right. I do need I need crickets. I have a whole host of like little sound effects that are like percolating in my mind and things that I want to see to fruition, not fruition. There's a lot of things that I want to see to fruition in terms of sound effects. I haven't done it for the sole purpose of my Stream Deck only holds 15 slots. And I'm already like you've seen my streams. I'm already like clicking into folders and clicking into subfolders and sometimes even into a third level to get to a song or even one sound effect, one lighting effect, or one scene change. So like from a sensory perspective, to get one or two actions, I'm already clicking 3 or 4 times. Literally. I'm not even making that up.
I have 234 different sound files, which takes up 43 megabytes of my computer here.
No, it's not a space issue. It's
No, I'm saying I have 234.
right.
I have controls. I have alts. I have all sorts of buttons. It's not
Oh,
just you have other
I
buttons on your
know.
keyboard, right, dude?
You're right. You're right. We do need to talk. We do need to talk because I have a Stream Deck and I'm like, music, one folder. Okay, what band? Is it going to be Dance with the Dead? Is it Scandroid? Is it Magic Sword? Is it YouTube songs? Like, where am I going with all of these sound effects? Like, okay, then I click that. Okay, I have one page of Dance with the Dead, but I have more than 15 Dance with the Dead songs queued up because I love them and they're amazing. Okay, then I go more. Then there's a second page of them. Back, and then I'm back to the list of bands. Scandroid, boom, another list of 15. I have another page of more Scandroid. It's like, I love my 15-button Stream Deck. It's a great interface. It's very intuitive. When I'm streaming, it's easy for me to click buttons and move between pages. I think, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right, but in my own dumb little head, and by the way, I have different buttons for the scene that I'm on. And you know, like, oh, I want to be gameplay. I want to be just chatting. I want to be the one tiny panda intro that I do. I want to be on my starting, end screen, be right back, all that stuff, right? I have different buttons for each of those on my main screen. In my dumb, unexperienced, tiny little head, I'm thinking I need a different Stream Deck, one that's 30 buttons instead of 15, so I can handle all of my lighting effects, my current and additional sound effects on one tab or one row, along with my chat hype and chat additions, right? I click a button and it adds a couple different emotes into chat and all that stuff. Sound effects, I have like a dankest dungeon sound effect that I add in from time to time.
Truly, this is the dankest dungeon.
Like there's a lot of different things that I want to do. And I feel like currently there's more I want to do on the sound effects front, like almost like more of a almost like a radio talk show kind of sort of vibe in kind of that scene, but I can't do it because I'm clicking through so many folders right now. And if you can help, let me know.
We'll talk. But we have more buttons. I mean, voicemails to hear.
We do. We have more voicemails to get to. Okay. Are you ready to hear a next one?
I don't think I'm mentally prepared, but I'm as prepared as I can. I mean, I got tortured with a song and a terrible joke.
Yeah. Yep.
And,
no, you got pleasured by an amazing song, and then tortured by a bunch of emails.
Voicemails, but yeah, it depends upon what your definition of them are. Oh boy.
Okay, man, we got one more voicemail. I just moved my audio around, so it's gonna sound weird. I'm gonna play the voicemail. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we'll play one more voicemail, talk about it, and then we'll get out of here. Here we go. Don't know who this is. Let's go.
Yeah, just
It stopped playing. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait
Was
1
that
second.
it?
Nope.
Yeah, just seeing if you got that bookcase yet. I mean, I know Chad's probably like all over that bookcase, but you know, I had to get this last call in.
I mean, we already have one.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we already have it. It's apparently there. He's got a new fake bookcase. Now I can't wait to see it next stream.
No, no.
Yeah, the new fake bookcase that you put up that we're all gonna look at and we're gonna judge you for it, and then you're gonna actually get a real bookcase.
It's real. It's real,
okay.
Todd.
Get one made out of wood, and then we'll believe it.
No. I don't need to get one made. No. What happened was, I had the meltdown of all meltdowns on stream that you were part of, that you and 20 plus other people were a part of. I don't know why that stream was so popular, but it was. And I listened to the people. I listened to the backlash, and I put up a real one immediately after that. And so for the past week or so, everyone's been seeing a real bookcase, Todd. In fact, I put so much effort into it, it looks indistinguishable from the fake bookcase that was there before.
You can use all the big words you want. It's still a fake bookcase.
All I have are big words, Todd. That's all I have.
Now you also got a pretty good beard, a nice voice.
I have no beard.
Okay, you got some pretty good gaming skills.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that compliment. I mean, you know, I'm killer in Dark Souls.
Yeah, right. Because people play that game.
Hey, by the way, before we leave, I'm just gonna say this. I'm not used to the house cat lifestyle. I'm not sure. You've been around for one or two streams this week, but your boy has been clean shaven, and I'm just not 100% used to it. And when I say clean shaven, it's like 1 or 2 days worth of stubble, right? It's not like straight razor cutting it straight to the skin. It's not quite like that, but it's not a whole lot off of that. And I haven't done that in like 2+ years, and I've been used to living that alley cat life. And I'm jealous of all of you people that can live that alley cat life and still keep a full-time job.
I'm just gonna say I had to shave my goatee for work, and you thought you broke people's hearts with the bookcase.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the end of it. You shaved your goatee off, and all of a sudden you're a different person.
Yep. I didn't catch the big reveal. Was that during the crocheting stream, or was it before that?
Oh no, that was almost a year ago now since I
wasn't even on Twitch. Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. I didn't even know you then. Zam, we've been friends on Twitch for how long?
2 months, 8 days, 12 hours, give or take.
You're making that up.
No, I used a follow age just the other day on you.
Oh, did you really? Okay, fair enough. Then you're 100% right. Man, how did we even meet? I'll be honest, I can't really remember 100%.
Oh, I can remember 200% for you here.
Hit me with it.
All right, so
by the way, I'm gonna feel like a jackass because I don't know this. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, we were born at an old age on the internet.
Yes.
Like all good stories, you got to start at the beginning.
Oldest people on Twitch.
Yeah, and I went to go see this wonderful person, Stream Captain Raider named Morcus, who told me that I should go check out my boy ProfessorHeylow, because I was looking for people that play games late at night so I could raid them. Because I'm sorry, my raid targets usually go to bed at like 11:30 my time, and nobody stays up.
I used to. Hey, by the way, guess who I became? I became one of the people that kind of goes to bed around 11:30. Well, I guess your time, your mountain. I guess I go to bed like 1:30, 12:30 your time. But yeah, I'm not. Nowadays, I'm not that far off because I went from the West Coast to Central Time, 2 hours different. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I was wrong. I just did follow age again just now. We've known each other for 2 months and 2 weeks.
Woo! Yeah, no, you're not wrong though. That's same time frame. Okay. Yeah, 2.5 months. But it was more a kiss.
I checked you out. I saw what I liked. I came back.
Hell yeah, man. Dang.
And as I say in my streams, it's become my favorite place on Twitch right now.
I know. By the way, thank you for that very generous comment. I've said it in Discord before, but when people throw around that type of compliment, it's just a really cool thing to hear. It validates everything I've done in the 8-9 months I've been on Twitch, and it really gives me cause and reason to pursue this and to keep on advancing and to keep on going. And for some, by the way, when you stream for roughly 10 people on Twitch, if you look at your numbers and it says average viewers 10, that puts you in the top, I believe it is 4% or 2% of everybody on Twitch. So for you to say that, like, for anyone to say that, just to give you a scale of how many people are on Twitch, right? There's so many people that have 20,000, 10,000, 1,000 plus, but to average even 10 people puts you in the top 5% easy of all of Twitch is crazy. That shows you how many people are on the platform, how many people are giving viewers to streamers. It's not. It really is nuts. So to have a compliment as good as favorite anything of all of Twitch is huge. So Zam, thank you so much for that compliment. It honestly, whenever I hear that, it just motivates me to new heights. And thank you very much. And of course that feeling is reciprocated. Zam, anytime I'm not streaming, and we usually stream about the same hour roughly, I love sending my people your way. I love checking out your stream. I have so many more questions to ask you, but we're already at the 2 hour and 50-minute mark. So in terms of the Zam, the birds, I have so many questions I could ask you. We'll save those all for another stream. I wanted to say thank you. Thank you very much and being a part of this. I have no idea if this is going anywhere or where this is going, but I wanted to say thank you for being a part of this from day one. You, sir, are an absolute legend, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you for letting me be on here. I'm glad to have the legend of Todd be known across the internet. When you make it big, just remember me.
Grown.
Remember us small guys.
This is coming from a guy that's like twice or 3 times my size. But thank you. Yes, of course. We ain't going anywhere, baby. Did you have anything else you wanted to say before we get going?
Yeah, keep your head up, guys. Keep your stick on the ice. That's how you get penalties if you don't do that. Make sure to be excellent to each other. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.
Zam, you're not going to hear the outro, but I think you're going to like it here on the... Did I even tell you the name of the podcast?
No, never
Oh
did.
my God. What I think I'm gonna call this is, so I wanted to call it Pogcast, but that name was taken. The Pogcast. You see the Pogcast was taken.
Yeah, God.
Go ahead. Yeah, give me your thoughts on that. That name's taken.
Yeah, it's taken, of course. It's a very original name for a podcast.
Yep. So you know what we're calling this?
The Poggers Cast.
No, the Poggers Cast.
The Lowdown with ProfessorHeylow.
The Great Pogcast.
I like mine better because you got low.
No, not the Lowdown. It's the Great
Halo Down. You're getting it. Real talk with ProfessorHeylow.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. The Great Pogcast. Whether Zam likes it or not, make sure you check him out. His link is going to be down below in every description. Twitch.tv/ZealousZam. Did you have anything else you wanted to say before we get going, buddy?
No, I said all I gotta say.
All right, man. Well, I got a million questions to ask you still, but we'll save it for another day. You didn't hear the intro. You're not going to hear the outro. But thank you so much for being a part of this. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and I love you all.